What is up, tribe? What is up? Now, first of all, let me say this. Congratulations to Pose for getting to season 2. That was just announced on yesterday. It was all over my Instagram and Twitter feed, and I'm just elated. I'm so happy for it. I am here for it. Cannot wait and see what they do with these characters now that they sort of know that they got with this writing. They have a whole nother season to develop these characters and see where everybody's going. But let me say this to y'all. Mr. Billy Porter and Miss MJ. I'm about to get on a plane, get in a car, however I need to get there, and find y'all and slap y'all. Because y'all know that scene at the cabaret when y'all sang that shit down. Do you hear me? Had me all in my feelings. Now, y'all always had me in my feelings, but that scene thing, that thing tore me up. I know I'm late dropping this video, but I would have been late anyway because I needed a day or two to get myself together. That thing tore me up. Do you hear me? And it tore me up for a couple of reasons. One, because it was just excellent. It was just excellent. But two, that actually happened to me. Something very similar that actually happened in my real life. Both my brother and my sister can sing. I cannot. That gene totally jumped over me. I tell everybody God gave me the brains, gave them the voice, whatever. At my brother's wedding, my sister was decided that she was going to sing His Eyes on the Sparrow. And halfway through the song, she started crying and she lost it. She couldn't get herself together. She was emotional. My brother comes in and he starts singing. He picks up where she left off. And then she gets herself together enough to come in at the end, and they finished off the song together. And it is really one of the most famous, for lack of a better word, stories in my family about my brother's wedding with my sister and my brother. And it was almost like it was planned, but it wasn't. And on the videotape, when you look at the video of his wedding, it is just awesome. So it reminded me of that. My brother's no longer with us, and so that reminded me of that moment. But it also just in itself, just separate of that, it was just so beautiful. Also, I want to give a shout out to Janet Mock, who wrote and directed this episode. Girl. So now that we have a season 2, I look forward to much more from you, because you did the damn thing. Now, let's jump on into this episode. Sorry it's late, but y'all know my situation. Patricia and Angel. Now, Patricia done went and put on her Sunday's best and put on her face and went and found her Angel, and she stumbled into this whole ballroom thing and was like, what the hell is going on? Oh, but you, Angel, let me talk to you, boo. Let's go have coffee. We got some things to discuss. And Angel was like, all right then, let's do it. And we told in that conversation, remember when I say we, I'm talking about myself and other reviewers that I've looked at. We've been calling Angel all kinds of dumb, right? But in this conversation, Angel explains why she did what she did and what she said. I thought I wanted to be a kept woman. Like, I thought I wanted everything he gave me. I thought that's what I wanted. I had my own place. I was taken care of. And she said, but I felt like I was a doll waiting for him to come and play with. And I didn't like that feeling. I didn't like the way it made me feel. And so from that point of view, I get it, Angel. I get it. A lot of times we do that in our life. It's stuff we think we want. You work so hard for it, whether it's a material thing or whether it's a job or some type of achievement, and then you get it and it's so anticlimactic, because once you get there, you realize it ain't all you thought it was going to be. And I think that's what it was. She has feelings for Stan, and they're legitimate, and it wasn't enough for her to just be the kept woman that she thought she was cool with. So Patricia basically is talking to her about, basically having the woman-to-woman conversation. If I could sing, I would give y'all a little piece of the woman-to-woman. Y'all know the song. But she was doing a little woman-to-woman with her. And they, and Angel is honest with her. They're having a real honest conversation. And Angel is letting her know, look, I never felt guilty about sleeping with your husband. I knew he was married from day one, but it was what it was. I mean, it was what it was. And then Patricia says to her, and she's like, did y'all have sex? Were you protected? Like all the stuff that you would ask, if you run into your husband's mistress, I guess. And then she asked her, she said, well, what was that place I found you? Why are you hanging out with all these gay people and these what did she call them? Gay and She said gay. She didn't. I don't think she said trannies. Oh, drag queens. That's what she said. What are you hanging out with all these gay people and these drag queens for? And Angel starts laughing. She said, "Cause that's my family." And Patricia's like, "But not your real family." She said, "That is my family." She said, "Mi familia." And then Patricia is still looking real crazy. She said, "Baby, I am a transsexual." Patricia said, "No, you're not. You're a woman." And what she don't know is that was the best compliment she could have gave Angel. Angel said, "Well, thank you very much, but no, I was born a man. You know, She said, "I am a woman, but I'm a transsexual." So then Patricia want to start asking all these personal questions about what about the penis? And Angel said, "Look, we done had a real honest conversation. I've been real straight up with you, but that is one thing we not gonna talk about, because that's the one thing that I don't like about myself." And all of everything hit Patricia at that moment about, this is beyond an affair. Now I have to deal with the fact that my husband is sleeping with a man. Well, you know, a transsexual, but in her mind, it's a man. Whew. And what I wrote this down, Angel said, "If you want to see who I am, that is the last place you should look." Talking about between her legs, her penis. All right. We see, and that was kind of where that went. We see Pray Tell has breaking down, y'all. Pray Tell is not dealing with between the boyfriend dying and him now being diagnosed with being HIV positive. He is not doing well at all. He's playing love. What's it? Love is the answer. Love is the key. I don't know how I forgot the song. He played it the whole damn show. But he's drinking too much. He's slurring. He's not reading like he normally does. He's giving you a couple of good reads here and there, but he ain't doing what he normally does. And everybody is noticing. But everybody's giving him passes, including, you know, people who ain't really crazy about him, I guess, because it's like, all right, you normally do what you do when everybody have a bad day, so we're going to let you have that. But everybody is noticing that he just not on his game. And so the House of Evangelista, who he's really like their house father, really. They're like, look, you know, he's always there for us. We need to be there for him. Let's invite him over to dinner and let's try to talk to him. So they invite him to dinner. He don't even want to eat dinner. He like, I'll drink my dinner. He got a brown paper bag at the table, and he already drunk when he get there. And he soon realizes that this is I won't say an intervention, but this is a talk. And of course, he's mad. He's mad. He's in his feelings. And he looks at Blanca, and he's like, look, you couldn't have done this in private. Out of all the secrets that I keep for you, and of course, you know, nobody knows she's HIV positive except for him. He was like, and this is how you do me? Like, after all I've done for you? And he reads all they asses, talks about, he tells her that you need to get your kids to work for you. And while we eating this shit, you need some furniture in this. I mean, he reads all of them. He goes around the table. He reads them all. And then he gets his ass up and he strolls right on up out of there, honey. And you see Blanca is just like, damn. You know what I mean? Like, you know, damn, you know. Also, while we're at the ball, we see Mr. Kango come and hit up on Blanca. And he got those little corny lines, you know, is heaven missing an angel because, you know, and you know, they cute but corny. You know what I'm saying? They was corny for 1987. You damn sure know they're corny for 2018. And at first Blanca ain't even thinking about it. Blanca like, whatever, I ain't thinking about you. But then, of course, he wears her down. And she eventually agrees to go on a date with him. Let me tell y'all something. Poppy is my man. Poppy is the comic relief, because when they was talking to Pray Tell, he was like straight up with him like, yo, your songs are whack. Why you playing them songs over and over again? Like, you tripping. What's going on with you? And then when old boy was Darius is his name, was asking Blanca out, he was like, you corny. he's just giving it to you straight with no chaser. I love him. And Ricky wins a trophy for, is it Thug Realness? And Poppy ends up winning a trophy for, is it something like Hip Hop Realness or something like that? He got the Kango and the big fat gold chains and all of that. So I'm like, okay, House of Evangelista, I see y'all winning all these trophies. I see y'all. So we see Pray Tell at the hospital. His boyfriend is not doing well at all. You know, he's letting Pray Tell know, like, look, you know I'm not leaving up out of here. And you see Pray Tell, they know him at the hospital. He's got a banter. He's nasty as shit with the nurse played by Sandra Bernhard, who I ain't seen in a long time. That's my girl, though. And they kind of got this going back and forth, like she give as good as she get. You know, when he come at her with the little nasty comments, she coming right back at him, you know. But we see that his partner is just not doing well. You know, he's not doing better. He tells Pray Tell, he's like, you know, I'm never getting out of here. Like, you know, I'm never leaving this place. And Pray Tell is like, don't you say it. I don't want to hear it. We're not going to talk about it. And he was like, but we, you know, it is what it is. Like, you can sit here and not talk about it all you want. It is what it is. So then we see I lost my train of thought. Oh, that's when Pray Tell comes up with the idea that there should be some sort of entertainment. Like, it's so drab, the lighting is so bright. You know, he's like, and Sandra Bernhard tells him, because he's telling her why you can't do nothing for these patients, make them feel good. You know, you guys so drab here. Sandra Bernhard's like, look, I am overworked and understaffed. You know they ain't trying to give me no money to do nothing with these, with number one, with patients that are never going to leave this hospital. Number two, AIDS patients. You know they not doing nothing for me. She said, but aren't you the entertainer? Why don't you put something together? And that's what he decides to do. He decides he's going to put together a cabaret. And he goes to Blanca and makes up with her, and he apologizes for his, you know, for his outburst and everything. And he invites her to come and do the cabaret with him. But that's the same day she's agreed to go out with Darius. And so she's like, nah, I can't make it. And at first I thought Pray Tell was going to kind of be mad about it again. But Pray Tell was like, what? You better go out there and have yourself a good time. Because he's like, look, whatever's going to, you know, everybody knows that Blanca has kind of not really been out there, not really been dating and that kind of thing. So everybody's happy for her that she's finally decided to kind of let somebody in, and she's going to finally go out on a date or something. And so he was happy for her. Like I said, I kind of expected him to get a little attitude, but no, he was happy for her. So Blanca goes out and decides that she is going to go shopping. And while she is there, she's at, it looks like Candy works at a little boutique, and what's her name? The other one, Gigi. Is that her name, Gigi? She's there, and you know, they're talking, and Blanca's talking about she got this date. And come to find out, Darius is the good time boy. Everybody know who Darius is. Darius has slept with all of them. And Blanca is just like blown. She's like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, I really was feeling something for this dude, and he just a player. Like, he just, you know, like, this what he do. She was like, I don't have the energy for this shit. Like, I'm tired. And Candy was like, well, girl, go on to get you a free meal. She was like, I'm not 21. I can feed myself. Like, I'm not interested in games. I'm not interested in playing those games. Like, I don't have the energy. And what? All right, we kind of got stopped. But yeah, so Blanca realized that her little man is a playboy sugar daddy, and so she decides that she's gonna go to Pray Tell's cabaret, and that's where they that's where they sing that song I was talking about at the beginning of the video. And then you see Pray Tell with the boyfriend, and he's like, he makes Pray Tell promise him that he's going to live, you know, like, you know, mourn me, cry, get it out your system, and then I want you to live. I want you to go out, and I want you to live. And we see that the boyfriend does pass away. Y'all, it was so sad. So we see Pray Tell at the ball, and you know, he drunk again, and they still playing that same damn song. And then you sort of see something click. You see something click with Pray Tell. And he tells him to change the music, he told him to put on Donna Ross, The Boss. And you see that he is living, he's loving, and he's dancing. And you just see where it flips, where he's like, okay, I have mourned, and I've got that out of my system. And now, you know, now it's time. It's time for me to come out of that. And you see later on where he's talking to Blanca, and Blanca says, you know, what happened, you know, and he said, I promised him that I would mourn, but that I would live. And so, you know, you see, so Pray Tell's back, y'all. He's back. Lord. Then we see Stan and his boss. Stan and attacked the boss. At first, I was going to say he whipped his boss ass, but he really didn't whip his boss ass. But it ended up being a scene in the job. Now, again, I'm going to come back to his wife. I still don't know if Stan has figured out who Angel is. That Angel is a transsexual. However, he knew Angel was having an affair, and Stan knew that that's how his wife found out about it. And so they end up having a scene. So I don't know if Stan gonna lose his job or not, because they whipped each other's ass. But remember, this is the 80s, and I guess that kind of shit. I mean, if you could snort coke in the middle of a job interview and offer it to the person you interviewing, I guess you can get away with a good old-fashioned ass whooping in front of everybody. I don't know. But yeah, so they end up having an argument and going back and forth. And his boss is like, "See, I told you, you don't mess with me, you don't fuck with me," and da 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 da. You know, so it was ugly though. You know, Stan is in his feelings because of course now the wife, he know that the wife know, and all of that shit done went down. Um, the wife goes to the doctor to get checked out, and I thought this was interesting. Again, we're going back to that whole narrative of HIV in the 1980s, 1990s. And she, you know, tells the doctor she wants to be tested for STDs. And this is the good old family doctor. He's like, girl, you're fine. You don't need to be tested for anything unless, you know, he said, neither, you know, y'all ain't been stepping out. You're good. You're good. And so she says, can you just run the test anyway? Like, like she said it real, run the test. She said, and I want you to, she said, and, you know, I saw something in the news about this HIV, you know, and it made me real nervous. Can you test me for that too? And the doctor was like, you good? He was like, you know, yeah, he said, even if Stan stepped out, because he figured out that, you know, Stan had the affair. He said, even if Stan stepped out, you know, you ain't got to worry about HIV. That's gay people, you know. And she just kind of looks at him like, and the doctor is like, oh shit, okay. And he said, well, I'm gonna have to run it off the books because even me running the test will flag the insurance company. And I'm like, damn, just you getting tested, just you saying, look, I want to make sure that I'm good, would flag the insurance company, and that would give them cause back then to drop you, or, you know, that type of thing. So I was like, wow, that's a mess. Like, he had to just run, you know, just to even run that. And back then, of course, you had to wait 2 weeks. So she was like, I gotta wait 2 weeks, not knowing what's going on. Like, yeah, you gotta wait 2 weeks, boo boo. 2 weeks. Last but not least, we see Angel's back at the Peep Show, and she's going in and getting ready to work. You even heard somebody in the background say, oh man, I ain't gonna make no money tonight, when they see Angel walk in. So Angel must be a hot commodity, y'all. And she's doing her, getting ready for the curtain to go up. And who is it? It's Stan. Now, I don't know about this now, y'all. I don't know about this with Stan. I don't know. This might get a little stocky, y'all. I was reading a comment somewhere. I don't know if it was with James Caldwell's comments, where somebody was saying that Angel's character reminds them of the young lady in Paris is Burning, the one that ended up at the end getting killed. And they're wondering, like, they're hoping that that's not where they're going, in the direction they're going with Angel and Stan, that he becomes obsessed and it gets violent or something. And I hope not. I hope not either. Unfortunately, though, that wouldn't be too far off of an accurate storyline to put in. But we're falling in love with Angel, and so I would hate to see anything like that happen. But I don't know, y'all. Stan, I don't know about this whole Stan thing. He making me think he a little off now. I don't know, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think. All right, peace.